Hey, Boneless fam. I hope your day is best as you allowed it to be. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to it. A little bit about me. Let's start from the beginning, okay? So, I am a mom of 9. I am 33 and also expecting, okay? So, I guess you're wondering, like, 33? 9 kids. Yeah, that's right, that's right. But here's the story, though. Even as a young kid, your girl always wanted a big family, okay? Always wanted a big family. I could say I was like 9ish when I asked God for a whole football team and a couple cheerleaders. Whatever you consider a couple, he gave it to me, okay? Everything that I asked, he delivered. So here I am. Here I am. Here I am. So let's start with my oldest. My oldest is 17, which is my oldest son. He's in magnet school. God is so good. He'll be 18 this year. My second oldest, whom is 14. He's in middle school. My third oldest is 12, also in middle school. My fourth oldest is 10, which is still in elementary. He's a magnet schooler as well. Just as smart as they want to be. God is so good. All right. My fifth, she is also in elementary. She is 8. Just as smart as she want to be. Magnet school girly. Okay. These kids are amazing. A great gift from God, I must say. But let's bring it back a little bit. What make you want to have so many? I get that question a lot. I get it a whole lot. Why you got so many children? You ain't tired of having kids. A wonderful husband. Okay, do you hear me? Now, I can't say I don't give him a hard time, cause baby, I do. I do. But it takes two. Okay. So yeah. All right. Back to my kids' ages, okay? I also have a 7-year old as well. Whom is hey, how you doing? Whom is also in elementary. Okay. I have a 6-year old who's also in elementary. Great, great, great. Also, a 4-year old who hasn't even started school. So your girl is at home for the meantime. I always been a working mom, but I've been set down. Okay, and it's all good because God will sit you down. Hey, how are you? God will sit you down. Okay, so here I am. I'm a stay-at-home mom for the meantime. I've been working, in all honesty, since I was 16 years old. Do you hear me? Working since I was 16. So here I am now, 33, 9 kids. Okay, 9 kids, 6 sons, 3 daughters. Do you hear me? So one day at a time. In all honesty, that's all that I could do. Okay, but first and foremost, you got to keep God first. All right, God first at all times. So, with me wanting a big family, God delivered. But also, you got to have a heart for it. You can't just be having babies and not taking care of them. So, as I asked, I also had to do my part to be the best mother that I possibly can. Of course, it comes with obstacles and struggles and trials and tribulations, but it all comes back around to you being a better you, right? Okay? So, even through the trials and tribulations, first and foremost is coming out the trials to make a better you, okay? So here I am, 33, with 9 kids and expecting, okay? So I really, truly can't ask for a better life. Thank you so much. My kids are my joy. You know, they say, well, how you look so good? God. How you do it? God. You know, and it comes with a great support system. My support system would be my mom, my husband. Um, if I could name, I would say that's just pretty much it. My mom and my husband. I also have a aunt, you know, who watches the kids from time to time when we need her. But overall, my circle is so small, and it's fine. Okay, it's fine because I have everything that I need here at home, which is my children. Okay, so I started early. I ain't gonna lie, I was a teen mom, but that didn't stop the grind. Do you hear me? I was a teen mom. So I started working at Subway. I got my first car. When I was 16 years old, I had to do what it do, so it is what it is. I dropped out of school, unfortunately. My oldest son at the time, um, he was my he was my only son, actually, which is my 16-year-old. I was at school. I was in high school at the time. When I was at school, he had an incident where his grandma was making coffee, and he was just not pulling up and standing up and everything. Okay, so I'm giving you all a backstory on how it all started and how I get to where I am. Okay, so he was pulling up on things, like anyone 1 year old would do, So he was pulling up on the table, and his grandmother had just made her coffee. So as she turned around, she say it wasn't even long before the coffee had spilled on my baby. So my son, who was a year old, had third degree burns. Okay, so I was called from school, from the intercom. My first thought was, I hope my baby and my family, which is my mom, is okay. So once I got down, and got the call, I was told that my son was in the hospital and had third degree burns. I went crazy. When I say I went crazy, my mind went in berserk. Like, how could this happen to my baby? I already a teen mom, but I just had to do what I had to do. Just saying, okay. So yeah, so that was that. So I then had to drop out of school. So I dropped out of school at 16 because I had to take care of my son. I thought I would not have had to do that, but unfortunately, my son dad at the time didn't want to help me. He was like, it seemed as though he was disgusted. I can honestly say, it seemed as though he was disgusted by the burns of my son, not understanding what it was that we had to go through at the time to take care of him. It was new to me too, because of course I wasn't used to seeing my son bandaged up. I was only 16, but I put my big girl panties on and did what I had to do. So he ain't want to listen. The man ain't want to take care of my baby while I was at school or anything like that. So I had to do what I had to do. I had to put my big girl panties on, step outside my comfort zone, and take care of my son. So at 16, I dropped out of school. I took care of my son. I already had the transportation and everything. I went to a technical college so I can go ahead and try to get some type of certification and all that good stuff. Dad, Dad did what Dad wanted to do. I call him up to spend time and do certain things. He was, he too busy. He can't do this. What you doing? And I'm like, what you mean what I'm doing? I'm taking care of our son right now. I need you. But my needs to him was unnoticed. Our son needs went unnoticed. Now, I can't say that he wasn't doing, I don't know what he was doing. He provided the materialistic part when he wanted to. But at that time, I needed his care for our son, who was struggling with third degree burns, and also me myself, who was struggling trying to balance school, balance being a mom. you know yeah, I could say I grew up fast, so hey, shit happens, right? So I just had to do what I had to do. Okay, so I dropped out of school, went to community college, obtained my certification, which allowed me to be a certified nurse assistant. I got my BLS, my CNA, all that good stuff. So, and you want that on your hair? Yeah. Okay, let me put on your hair. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. So, I had to do what I had to do. Okay, so as time progressed, it is so pretty. Oh, don't get it to daddy. So as time went on, your girl just was shooting towards being the best that I could be. Okay, I had one kid then. At 19, I had my second son. Yes, by the same man. Hey, they say when you don't learn one time, baby, you got. I want to get up there. Okay, come on, sit right here. When you don't learn one time, baby, You got to learn the second time because the third time a charm. You hear me? So it took 2 times for me to finally get it right. Do you hear me? With the same man, I did it all over again. Okay, thinking that man to change, thinking he'll realize that he had a good thing. Okay, unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Do you hear me? He gave me a hard time all over again. But this time around, the second son, it was like, what you doing? Why did you do that? Question me, as of why would I even consider having another baby? And I had to question myself, like, why would you? After this man to put you through, he showed you that he's not willing to help you in the ways that's best for the family at the time. So I went through that. Okay. So here I am now, a married woman with 9 kids from such a loving husband, very supportive husband. Okay. So I say that to say this. You have went through the destinations, baby. You have went through the trials and tribulations, baby. But that's a part of the story. Okay, that's a part of the story. As long as you get it right. You singing? You singing beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay, what you singing? Okay, so yeah, you gotta go through things to get it right. So I would say I went through trial and error just to focus on the bigger picture. Each child gave me a bigger and better perspective on what I need to do with myself. Don't be bringing no children in the world if you ain't ready to take care of them. If you can't love them properly and do what you're supposed to do, baby, let them babies stay where they at. Okay, right on in that set. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Right on in that set. Okay. Oh, listen, protection, practice discipline. That's something I didn't have. I didn't have discipline. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Between the ages of 16 to 21, I was a little out of whack. I had to find myself.
Oh, you are beautiful, Mommy.
I look beautiful. Thank you. You're beautiful. I literally had to find myself.
Mommy,
Congratulations to your girlfriend. Be the best dad that you could possibly be. Do you hear me? Because that's the true blessing. Okay? That's the true blessing. Oh, that's so cute. You do my hair with pretty bow. That's the true blessing. It's being the best that you could possibly be for your children. Even through the trials and tribulations, there is something bigger and greater on down the line. Well, thank you. So,
yeah, Mommy,
yeah.
so pretty.
That's pretty. Thank you. Let me see. Go sit. Don't sit that right there, baby. Put it over there. Thank you. So yeah, you have to roll with the punches. You hear me, of life, and know that things get better. Sometimes not the first time around, and sometimes not the second. But third time's the charm. Do you hear me? You have to move in a way that best fits you, but also a peace of mind that brings security to your life to better suit what's to come. Okay, so don't settle. Okay, do not settle. Always focus on being the best that you could possibly be. Because life can throw curveballs, but it's only the strong that truly survive. Okay? So one day at a time is, in all honesty, one day at a time. But overall, the learning experience that I can give to you is trust in God. Put all your faith in Him, but also move and do the things that you need to do to focus on a better you. Nobody said the road would be easy, but it's the mental peace, it's the stability that you want in your life that you see, not what other people see. Okay? because my big family is not the next person big family. Okay, my big family may be a little too much for somebody else, but it's perfect for me, you know. So that's the total goal, doing what's best for you, doing what works for you, in all love and honesty, first and foremost. Because being a mom of 9 at 33 and also expecting, it's a lot, but it's beautiful because my mind is clear. I've learned what I need to learn and I'm still learning. You could never get too old. Do you hear me? To learn anything. You're always learning. You're always improving in some shape, form, or fashion. If you're not, baby, something is wrong. Do you hear me? Something is wrong. So as long as you continue to enhance your mind and see the bigger picture through it all, baby, there's no denying with what God has for you and what He has in store for you. Okay. So the best thing that I could say to do is to take one step at a time, put it all in God's hands, and in due time, you'll see why the road was what it was because only you can see. You hear me? But once you do see, give it to others that are a little lost in the mist. Okay. Let them know that it gets clearer by the day. It gets clearer by the day, baby. But you got to be ready for the change. You got to be ready for the transition. You got to be ready to step outside your comfort zone so that you can see what it is that God has truly for you. You can't see that with a fear mind. You can't see what God has for you with a clouded mind, with a clouded perspective. You got to be able to step outside your comfort zone so that you can be able to soak in all the goodness and greatness that God has. Because if I was to give up at any point in time that I have struggled with any of my children, I have 9, I would not have gotten this far. I would not be able to show them and lead by example to see that through the strength it has given me. You hear me? It has given me wisdom. It has given me knowledge for a better me, for better children, to prosper, to be better kids so that they can see they ain't got to go through what I went through. All they got to do is listen. But everybody have a choice. They say you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. So as long as you do your part to deliver, that's all that it takes. Okay? But anywho, I thank you all for listening. And many blessings always, I say.